Hello, my name is Brian. I am from A Day Without Love, a Philadelphia songwriter slash collaborative project. I first knew that I was in love with music when I was 4 years old, when I saw my uncle playing guitar. It was like blues guitar at a family reunion. Then I started writing lyrics at the age of 11. And then after the age of 11, I just was writing lyrics like from 11 to 18. And then at 18, I started to pick up playing guitar. So, yeah. Cigarette, watch it all dissipate, just like all the other things. First it's there, then it fades. I met this guy named Nick Hertzberg, who has literally a million projects, who lives in South Jersey. We met on a cruise ship, and on that cruise ship, he introduced me to AFI and Black Flag, and I was 16 then. Footsteps on a pavement. What you said when you spoke it out quick. Actions speak louder when spokes on a bicycle bend very easily, just like you and me. La 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 la, and other forms of poetry. La 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 la, and other forms of poetry. I went from listening to Wu-Tang and Motown to then like introducing myself to like Nirvana, you know, Moldy Peaches, a bunch of stuff like from folk punk to grunge. This pain I feel burns me on the inside. A Day Without Love as a concept is 11 years old. Like I wrote a poem called A Day Without Love in 2008 when I was in college because I was writing a poetry anthology. And I wrote it because I saw a spousal abuse incident and I stopped it and I wanted to write about just the chaos of human conflict. But I didn't start calling myself A Day Without Love actively until 2013 when I did my first studio record. So like when people ask me how long have you been doing this, doing it the way that I'm doing it, like, you know, playing shows, going on tour, making merch, recording CDs, it's been 6 years. And I feel left out. Everyone's got an offer out, and I've got nothing. Day Without Love before, like, songs were very self-loathing, extremely depressing, but even though I wrote about that because I wanted people to know my struggle, I really did start A Day Without Love to be inspirational and motivational because I've fought through so many things in my own demons, from addiction, alcoholism, to suicidal ideation, to mental issues, to, you know, being a survivor of sexual abuse, like to police brutality. Like I've gone through all those things, and a lot of those things I haven't fully addressed musically, but I wanted to express those things and share those things with people to motivate them to realize, like, no matter what hell you're going through, you can still survive and keep pushing and connect with others. And that's kind of the crux of what A Day Without Love is, and I thought by collaborating I'd also get to that. So one more time. It's not worth it. None of us deserves this. It's not worth it. None of us deserves it. I'm doing a lot of collaborations with people. I have about 5 to 7 more singles to drop, and I'm working on a soundtrack right now as well as an LP. I don't have any songs written for the LP, but I'm conceptualizing it, and I also have 2 LPs, Solace and Diary. I sing in houses, you sing for corporate. I know that one of us sucks. Say and do what I want. DIY or die to me. So the Philadelphia DIY Collaborative, I will always tell people, is the biggest mistake I've made musically. And I say that because I started it with the intent of making it a resource tool for myself as well as other people. And that resource was out of a nonprofit I attempted to start called The Quarterly, which is supposed to be a fundraising venture for music education to help Rock to the Future. So what that venture was going to like develop a compilation CD, sell that CD via digital services and physical press. And the CD would have different artists from Philly, playing in Philly area. And then I'd get artists and small businesses to also help the Quarterly. And from all the money from the Quarterly, we would raise that money and give it to Rock to the Future. So I created the Philadelphia DIY Collaborative so that people always knew what was going on with the Quarterly, so that people could like network. That was the only reason why I created that. I won't pay to play, I won't be a slave. I won't pay to play, you just want more stage. I won't pay to play, you just want more stage. I won't pay to play, I won't be a stage. The Philadelphia DIY Collaborative, I say it was a mistake because I had the intention of just making it a place for raising money for music education, and it became a giant resource tool to help everybody in any way possible, which I don't regret. I hope I don't make it sound like that. I just find it like, wow, holy fuck, like 9,300 people are in this, and that's not what I thought was going to happen. So, yeah. Woke up this morning feeling empty. How did this happen? I don't know. Black and DIY, which is like a skit / interlude. For the record, I'm just going to shout them out. The band that's loading up in the background is Buddy, who is a West Philly band. They're really good people. Shout out to Dan. But I did that because I wrote an article that went semi-viral. I got like 300,000 views in a year about my experiences of being a black person in DIY communities, not just Philly, but just like everywhere. And I wanted to write it because I definitely think the black experience is very it's undersought. Like no one really understands like that's an experience in DIY. A lot of people in DIY say things like, hey, we're here to make people feel safe, we're here to be, supportive, we're here to like create a safe space. But then when it becomes a matter of cultural differences, such as like the black experience, a lot of times people go radio silent or don't pay attention. If the DIY community wants to take the belt or take the hand of we're here to support all people, we need to recognize that there's still a lot of unaddressed issues in that community. Not unaddressed issues, unaddressed communities that aren't represented in DIY, and the black community is one of them.
After this train passes, are there any thoughts that you just want to say to just wrap it up?
Oh, certainly. I want to first say thank you for having me on here. Third, just to follow up on that last point, I definitely think speaking up on those things has definitely made things better for me as a musician. I'm very glad to play at Mixed Bill tonight with Lee, Goodnight Good Luck, and Little Church from Chicago. And I'm also thankful that like after 6 years, I'm still being heard, and I'm still moving forward. And I want to move and expand A Day Without Love to even further horizons. And trust me, a new record will be coming, and I still will be dropping singles and collabs. And again, thank you so much. I'm really thankful. When I was in Florida, some dude in a military book bag came up to me and was like, yo, man, like, really good hanging out with you. You're a really cool dude. And I was like, thanks. I never met him. Like, you know what I mean? So,